For 1,000 years in Europe, the game was rigged. If you weren't born into a noble family, you farmed. If you were a Jew, the doors slammed shut. No land, no guilds, no crops. The law said, you cannot build. It created a fundamental problem for Eliyahu and his people. But Eliyahu was a genius of adaptability. He found the system's loophole, the one thing the powerful didn't want to touch: money. The church forbade Christians from charging interest on loans. They called it a sin. Eliyahu called it an opportunity. Their religious law had a nuanced interpretation. While usury between themselves was forbidden, lending to outsiders was a different matter. They saw the king's problem and their own legal flexibility, and they connected the dots. This was the middleman trick. They became the indispensable financiers. He and his fellow Jews became the bankers of Europe, funding royal wars and trade routes. Suddenly, the excluded became essential. Their literacy, their global community network, and this single loophole made them the economic bloodstream of Europe. They accumulated wealth and knowledge. This was the first secret of power. But a dangerous truth emerged. Power built on a loophole is borrowed power. The king gets his gold, the armies march, the castles rise, and in return, the scholar and his community get something priceless: a charter of protection. They had power, not the power of swords, but the power of the purse. They became the royal bankers, the tax collectors, the moneylenders. For generations, this worked. They were the clever secret of European royalty. When the kings needed money, Eliyahu was their best friend. When the debts became too large, or when the people were angry. The debts are too high. The harvest has failed. It is the fault of the outsiders. They are usurers. The king didn't just default on the loan. He simply expelled them, canceled their debts, seized their wealth, and sent them away. It was the financial reset button. England did it in 1290. France did it multiple times. Spain followed in 1492. One by one, the rulers used the same trick. But the ultimate loophole survived. The one thing no king could ever seize or execute: human capital. They knew that land can be confiscated and gold can be stolen. But the centuries of forced literacy, the culture of debate, and the unbreakable global networks were invisible assets. This adaptability allowed them to land in new countries, like America, where the rules were fair, and instantly pivot from money lending to building the biggest department stores, from trade to founding Hollywood. The first power was fleeting wealth. The lasting power was their genius for learning.